Alright, good evening folks and welcome to tonight's season 1 finale. We normally we're under a 34-week season here, but we have decided as a league to go ahead and split it into two 17-week seasons. So here is tonight's championship run here at beautiful Chicagoland Speedway in Joliet, Illinois, which is just outside of Chicago, and also home of a famous prison, if you guys have ever seen the original Blues Brothers. But we are here live with the Diehard Racing League's JMR Outdoors American Hero Hunt Cup Series, where we are set to go 130 laps tonight. And looking at the times right now, the 77 of Seth Schultz on top of the board with a 30.308, followed by the 75 of Robert Barris with a 30.313, the 99 of Eric Mick with a 30.406, rounding, actually no, let's see, fourth goes to the 38 of James Mullins with a 30.442, and Jason DeVries is going to round out the top 5 with a 30.470. So if you guys can't tell already, my voice sounds like absolute crap. I don't know why. I woke up this morning and my wife has no voice and mine is on the way out, so hopefully with the other two yahoos that always join me in the booth, they'll be able to take up some of the bit of slack if my voice does end up going out completely. Hopefully it does not do so, as we look, there's roughly about 40 seconds to go here in practice, and then we will advance into the 10-minute qualifier as always. And once again, this will be the final race of the first season. We're doing 1 of 2, and we will not have an off week. Next Sunday we'll be live back at Daytona International Speedway, where we will immediately go into season 2, race 1. We take a good look there at the 21 of Jason DeVries. That number, we're going to see a lot of numbers as we roll into next week and into next season. We're going to see a lot of these numbers change, and the 21 right there being one of them. So the session state has come out. It is checkered, and we see the 21 get a piece of the 38 there. This is going to bring out qualifying now, so let's see what the drivers can do here. Now, we did run the Xfinity race before this, and you got to say that if this Cup race is anything like the Xfinity, I'm pretty sure Cody can vouch for me that the car is semi-neutral on new tires, but once the run goes on, it gets really tight coming off the 3 and 4, and then it gets very, very snappy loose off of 1 and 2, as I found that out a few times, and Cody found the wall after having a sneezing fit, was it?
Yes, I was a sneezing fit, and I lost control of my unit there. It's great to be back, by the way. I don't know how many races since I've been gone. The weather permitting, meaning we got bad weather right here, and puts me inside, and I'm actually in here to call some races. It looks like the weather's set up nice at the track in Chicagoland. We got 76 degrees and the track temperature around 101. That's not quite accurate, I don't think, for me. But like you said, fresh tires feel good. They're pretty good. They're still a little slick, especially when you get down on the apron. Like you see, hey, 84 there, he's losing.
As we take a look, it shifts over to the 77 there of Seth Schultz, and yeah, my weather is just slightly different from yours. Mine's reading a track temp of 98.35 with an air temp of 72. Relatively low humidity, so there's a few things that we're going to see changing coming up in the next season. We see right there the 28 of Adam Nowinski getting loose into the corner there, as now we focus over to the 75 of Robert Barris.
But going back to the good tires, in our race, the first 5 laps were great. It wasn't loose at all. These guys, they're a little loose, but as the run goes on, it seems like it loosens up. And it seems like a couple of them complained about it even being tight, not arrow tight around each other.
I think that's the biggest thing that I forgot to mention there is not only were you battling your own tires, but that dirty air is very real around here, and it makes passing on the, I think what we're going to see tonight is on fresh tires, We'll see drivers opting to go on the low line, but when the tires level out and they catch each other, we might actually see some upper groove passes being made, because it's a lot easier to do it up there versus accidentally clipping those left sides down the apron and completely upsetting the car. We did see that as we see the 10 of Todd Craig get a hard piece of the wall there out of, I believe that was turn 2. See the 24 of Josue Tellez, good to see him back on track again. You know, life has been busy for him, and finally things are starting to get around to where he can actually get back and race with us, so it's always great to see that 24 machine on track.
I always like seeing our residents go forward on track.
Especially, I don't know if he's got the mustache, but we'll make him grow one for next season. He's got 1 week to do it, he can do it. Looking at the early times here, the 38 of James Mullins has got the pole so far with a 33.28. Behind that, the 75 of Robert Rivera, so the 33.40, the 77 of Seth Schultz with a 31.067. 99 of Eric Mickey with a 34.28. Jason DeVries in the 21, his last race in that number, with a 34.34. The 10 of Todd Cray in 6th so far. And right now we're focused on the 21 of Jason DeVries, and if I know what he's doing, that he's lining up for a jump here. So let's see. Oh, no, we opted not to go for the jump. We were gonna see a Chicagoland bottle rocket there, but he opted not to do so. As we see the 38 taken back to the track again, we also see the 96 there of Josh Gallagher. Currently he is sitting in 12th position. And as we are getting closer to the end of qualifying here, I think it's about fitting time that we bring out the U.S. Army Marching Band to get tonight's national anthem underway. So everybody, please rise, remove your hats as we bring you tonight's nation's colors. Amazing job as always there by the U.S. Army Marching Band. And looking over in live chat, yes, it has been a little bit of an adventurous night here, as all three of us, it took us about 20 minutes just to even get into the server here. We kept getting the 504 error service unavailable, so hopefully it doesn't affect things too badly, as we do have, I believe it was 16 cars. Yes, 16 cars in the field tonight here. So as qualifying is drawing to a close here, the drivers out here just doing whatever they can. We've seen the 21 here practicing restarts, practicing pitting, so that's another thing that we need to note too. Getting on and off of pit road is going to be tricky here. Getting off of pit road is not going to be so bad, but with the new iRacing rule of having to stay below that cone, it does make it a little bit more challenging, especially when a lot of drivers are used to, especially at these cookie cutter 1.5 mile tracks, just jumping right out if there's nobody on the relative there. But with the pit road exit cone enforcement here, it's not going to be so bad as we see the entry on. At speed is definitely going to be something interesting, as we found that out in the Xfinity Series race. And it looks like we might see a bottle rocket coming here from the 21. And he found the imaginary wall instead. So we see the 6 of Rodney Kramer sitting on pit road there. We're just waiting for the timer to hit 0 here and the session to advance. And that'll lead us into tonight's starting lineup. We're about 1:35 away from that. So if you've got anything you need to do, go ahead and do it now, because once this session state changes over, we will get the gridding order here thrown up on the screen, and we will get the season 1 ending race started here. So grab something to eat, something to drink, go use the bathroom if you have to, and get ready for some action. Let's go on board here with the you see 0 RPMs. Rodney's just got the motor cut off. Just chilling at the end of pit road here. Appears he might have actually, that takes some talent to get out of the car with the window net still up. So props to Rodney for being able to get out like that. He might have got out the passenger window, seeing how that is just plexiglass and removable. All right, so we have less than 10 seconds to go. We should see that checkered state coming out here any second now and get these guys out here on the track. There we go. We've got the checkered out. So as soon as they get on the gridding order here, we're going to go ahead and throw it up on the screen. So tonight's starting lineup on pole, it'll be the 38 of James Mullins with a 33.28, starting to his outside, the 75 of Robert Barris with a 33.40. Rolling off third will be the 77 of Seth Schultz with a 30.389. The 99 of Eric Mickey fourth with a 34.28. Rolling off fifth will be the 21 of Jason DeVries with a 34.34. The 10 of Todd Cray will start sixth with a 30.461. Brad Speidel in the 84 rolls off 7th with a 34.83. The 16 of Elliott Butler will start 8th with a 34.86. Rolling off 9th will be the 6 of Rodney Kramer with a 35.21. The 28 of Adam Nowinski is going to round out the top 10 with a 36.57. David Camara in the 72 will roll off from 11th with a 36.69. The 24 of Josue Tellez will start 12th with a 36.73. The 96 of Josh Gallagher will roll off from the 13th spot with a 36.90. The 33 of Nevin, and I don't want to butcher this, but I'm going to say Iwatsura with a 37.64. Kyle Clenworth in the 30 is going to start from the 15th spot with a 38.15. The 76 of Joshua Jones, also the series sponsor here, running the JMR Outdoors American Hero Hunt Chevy. He will roll off 16th with a 38.41, and that's going to do it here as we get ready to go. See the right now, with this being the championship race, it's going to be between Jason, Robert, and Eric here, so it's going to be interesting to see who's going to bring it home tonight with the crown. Once again, we are not going to be taking an off week in between seasons. So we crown a champion tonight, and next week we will return to Daytona International Speedway, where we will start season 2 which will be another 17 week. Then we're going to take some much needed off time over the holiday season and return in 2019 with, I do believe it'll be 2 12-week seasons and a 10-week season. So we'll have 3 different seasons of racing, probably with 3 different vehicles. So a lot to look forward here with Diehard Racing. And we might actually be looking at having dual sponsors next season as well too. So there's a lot of things to look forward to, but as the pace car here is making its way through turn 3 and 4 here, the 38 of James Mullins is going to lead us into the restart zone. Pace car is down. 38 has control of the field, but the initial start is on the green flag. Green is out. We are underway here.
No pressure directly in your mirror. No pressure directly in your mirror at all.
Looks like we might have had a little bit of issues there from the 6th there. You see that there's a little bit of separation from the back of the field to the front here, as they're already going to be 3 wide as they go down into turn 3 here. The 21 of Jason DeVries splitting the 77 of Seth Schultz and the 10 of Todd Cray. Now we see the 16 of Elliott Butler. He's going to get in there, so he gets a little bit loose there off of turn 4 into the tri-oval. Luckily these guys do have the apron down here. So already we saw a power move taking place. There's almost contact there between the 28 of Abnowinski and the 24 of Josue Tellez. We take a look at the 16 of Elliott Butler and the 84 of Brad Speidel. Butler being scored right now in 7th position. The 84 in 8th, and then directly behind them we have the 28 of Abnowinski. We see it once again, the 24 of Josue Tellez getting a little bit loose down there. As we see the 38, our pole sitter, he's starting to fall off a little bit, as right now he is door to door with the 21 of DeVries as they go off into 3 here. As we've got a battle for the lead now between the 99 of Eric Mickey and the 75 of Robert Barris, and as they come to the line, Eric's gonna get him that time, so score a lap lead for the 99 of Eric Mickey. That's actually his 2nd lap lead of the night. Robert with 1. So it looks like our pole sitter has not been able to lead a lap yet, but there's still a lot of race to go here. And I do believe that with only 4 laps in here of 130, that I think we're going to see several different tire strategies. Now it's changed out once again as the 75 has gotten around the 99. So that'll hand the lead back over to the 75 of Barris. Now once again, the 3 drivers that are fighting for the championship are the front 3 right now. The 75, the 99, and the 21. So I expect these guys to be gloves off racing tonight. So we're going to focus back here as we look at the 77 of Seth Schultz right now. You might notice that he is running some slightly different rims and numbers. That is actually supposed to be for his car next week. He forgot to change it back for the season finale. It looks like the 24 of Josue Tellez might have got a little piece of the wall there. We're going to go ahead and take a look at that car, see if there's any damage to it. Go ahead and look. Good look at the rear chase. Nothing looking too bad there. Let's look at the chase behind. He's got a little bit there on the fender, but other than that, that 24 machine is still clean. That's not going to hurt him at all. So right now we are still looking at our 5th place car. That will be the 77 in front of him, the 38, our pole sitters. Now we switch back. This is for 12th spot right here. We got the 96 of Josh Gallagher, the 76 of Josh Jones. They are directly behind the 24 of Josue Tellez here. Now Jones is going to look to the inside of Gallagher as they go through 1 and 2. Gallagher way up there against the wall. That's going to give Jones the spot as they come off onto the backstretch here. And Gallagher is did appear that he was going to look to the inside, but that's going to neutral out as they're all going to cycle down here to the low line. This is pretty much the line that we're going to see most of them running the entire night here, especially off of 3 and 4, and especially once the tires start wearing, and you're definitely going to want to be down as close down to the apron as you can without getting those left sides, because if you guys have ever raced here at Chicagoland, the apron is very, very bumpy, and it's the spots down there where you can see that the white line is actually kind of separated there. Those are all very, very bumpy spots down there, and if you get your car down there too far, it'll upset it and actually get you very loose. As right now we've got 3 cars pretty much nose to tail here, the 38, the 21, and the 77. Mullins trying to work over the 21 and DeVries. As they go down the backstretch, Mullins will have the inside here. See if he can manage to stick it down there and get the spot back from 21. As right now, it looks like he will be able to do so. Jason trying to get down there and shut the door on the 77 of Schultz, but he wasn't able to, so that will leave the door open for now. But we'll see if the 77 is he's going to back off there, but that will give Mullins back to 3rd position here. I'll drop DeVries back to 4th. Seth Schultz will still hang on to the 5th spot. Now I'm going to focus on something here. I want to see if Jason is getting really, really loose on this or not. So we're going to ride on board here with the 21 and see, watch the RPMs, and then watch, more importantly, watch his arms and the steering wheel here. See a little shimmy there off of turn 2, but let's watch it off at 3 and 4. Now 3 and 4 is not going to be the trouble spot. It's as this run progresses, and it seemed in the Xfinity race earlier, after about 10 or 12 laps, that was pretty much all the tires were good for. After that, you started fighting a loose, so we can see a little bit of correction there. A tight off 3 and 4 and a loose off 1 and 2 condition the longer the run goes. So tires are definitely going to be king here tonight. Track position is going to be another thing as well too. So you not only got to be able to maintain your tires, but you have to maintain that track position, especially if you want to be one of the 3 here, the 75, the 99, and the 21, to bring home that championship. Meanwhile, as we go back to most exciting, it is hovering right around the 12th position as Josh Jones has managed to get his way around the 24 of Postway Tells, and now we also see the 96 of Josh Gallagher as Tells is going to drive it in down on the bottom groove, the 3 and 4. Let's see if he can make it stick here and get by the 96. As he will be able to clear the 96 of Gallagher, but he's still down there on that bottom groove where he's going to sacrifice a little bit of speed. But once again, we see Gallagher going very high there in turn 1 and 2, so that will easily allow the 24 of Tells to tuck back up in line and see if he can regroup and get a run going here on the 76 of Jones, as we see him just diving it down there into the corner. We're going to check in with an onboard from our race leader here, the 75 of Robert Barris. Let's ride on board and watch the steering wheel here. You see right there, look at the counter steer Robert's got going in there, coming off of 1 and 2. So already 16 laps in, tires are already playing a big factor here with our race leader. So let's listen to the car here, and you guys can hear what it's doing. See the counter steer that is having to go into the car. It wasn't as bad this time around as it was last time when we got it. But already these drivers are starting to battle a loose condition off of turn 2. And it looks like it might be getting a little bit snug off of 3 and 4, which is exactly how it played out earlier. see this time off of turn 2 if he gets a loose condition again. A little bit, there's the counter steer in it. We'll take a look back here though, for the battle for second spot here between the 99 of Eric Mickey and the 38 of James Mullins. We see behind them the 21 of DeVries and the 77 of Schultz. Right now it seems that they have kind of leveled off, but it looks like the 38 of Mullins is trying to get the run there on the 99 of Mickey as they come up to you. You can see a little bit of side slide off of that 99, which is going to close the gap. Mullins is going to drop to the inside. Let's see if he can make the pass stick down here as they almost make contact. The 3 and 4, Mullins is going to make the power move there in that 38 Menards Ford Fusion. That will give him second spot. So nicely timed move there by the 38. He saw the opportunity with the 99 getting loose and was able to make the pass stick. But now we also see the 21 of DeVries and the 77 of Schultz. They have been able to catch up to the back bumper of the 99 as well now. Right now, it's being reported the 38 of Mullins is the fastest car on the track, so he was tonight's pole sitter. Maybe it just takes a little bit of some wear on these tires to see who's going to be better on the long run here. So right now, the 38 is about a full 1/10 of a second faster than our current race leader, so keep an eye on that yellow 38 machine right now. Is directly behind him. It looks like we might have a three-way battle going on for third spot. Oh, as we see the 21 there, he blinked for a second, but he is back. Now, I'm not sure what... The fuel window really doesn't matter here. What really matters is how long these drivers are going to stay out on these tires here. So I think strategy is going to be the key to not only winning the race, but winning the championship.
Further back in the pack there, Art. Seeing the 76 get way out of shape. He saved it, but he lost a couple spots. It's going to drop him back behind Josue in the 24.
That will cycle the 76 of Jones back to 13th position. So we see the 99 of Eric Mickey under fire. He's already gotten a position taken by the 21 of DeVries. 77 of Schultz is inside as they go through 3 and 4. That 99 machine starting to fall further back, as now he will be dropping back to the 5th spot if the 77 can make the pass here.
The 77, Schultz caught the apron there a little bit, got his car out of shape. He bobbed and leaving underneath the 99, had to check up just a little around the 99, pulled back out in front of him.
Now going off of last week's race at Sonoma, where Jason had a 15-second lead over the 75 of Robert Barris. Looking at it now, it'll be 25 laps at the line. There's only a 4/10 second difference here, so I think right now we have found a track finally that's going to give us some racing that's not going to be spread out. We're actually going to have people that are going to be battling for position. We're not going to see the long, boring, strung out, okay, where's the most exciting thing? Oh, it's guys that are battling 2 laps down. No, we're going to see this all night, heads up racing here, and right now we're still watching basically 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th right here, as the 77 is still trying to get the position off of the 99, but he is not able to do so. I think what we need to know. Go ahead, Cody.
I was just about to say the 38 and the 21 are catching the leader, Robert Barris, right now. I've been watching Robert up front. He's hanging it out there off the turn just a little bit, as well as the 38. The 21 stepped out a few times as the 77 drops down underneath the 99 at the speed.
So we'll watch this from the rear chase cam as we see the 38, the draft being used here on the front stretch here. Well, we should say the tri-oval. that time by the 38, almost 3/10 faster than our current race leaders. You see that gap right now is less than 1/10 of a second. It is right around, well, at its peak right there, it was right around 0.08 of a second, and it's barely hanging on at about a 1/10. As you see, a little bit of loose there off of fours. You see the 77, he got a little bit loose there, had to dive all the way down to the apron, but he is able to clear the 99. So that will push the 99 of Mickey back. As we see now the 21 of Jason DeVries, he's going to try to challenge second on the outside here as they come off a turn 2.
This is exactly what we talked about in pre-race, Art. Using that outside line to get around someone after the tires are worn a little bit. Jason's now trying it with 28 laps.
I think this right now is the most entertaining view I've seen. Is now we're going to see the 21. He's looking down low. Let's see if he's going to be able to try and get there, but Mullen's doing a good job protecting that lower line, and basically wherever that 21 is trying to go, we see the 38 also there as well. So great job by the 38 doing the defense there on line control.
And something else to point out, this is what Robert's looking at. His rear view. You know, he's got a mirror full of both these guys.
And honestly, at this point, with only 29 laps in the books, I would not even be looking in my mirror right now. With the car being as loose as it is right now off of 1 and 2, and the way it's starting to develop a little bit of a tight and a little bit snappy loose off of 4, the last thing I'm going to be doing is watching my mirror. I'm just going to be focusing on making sure that car stays straight through the corners. As right now, we see DeVries still trying to put the pressure on the 38 of Mullins here. As that time off of turn 2, he was right up on the back bumper of that Menards Fusion.
Yeah, he did not have an inch to spare. He almost got the nose in there on the bottom line, but 38 shut it off just in time.
Once again, I can't say it enough. The 38 right now is doing exactly what you need to do, especially when you're at a track where position is crucial. He's doing a great job with line defense here, and see how long Jason is going to be able to stay behind there before he finally finds a hole in that defense and makes his way around. Now, even though the 38 might not be running for the championship, a win is still a win, and with this being the last race of the season, it'd be a great time to win. But right now we see the 38 is going to go high. That's going to allow the 21 of DeVries to easily clear him that time. So hand second spot over to the 21, but it might not be over yet. DeVries will get up there and dive back down in the corner. Now that's going to open it up for the 77 of Schultz. If he can stay down on the inside groove here, he might be able to get a chance to sneak by for fourth position here. So 2 of our championship contenders right now occupying the top 3 spots here. That'll be your race leader, the 75 of Robert Barris, and the second place car, the 21 of Jason DeVries. And our third championship contender, the 99 of Eric Mickey, is on pit road. We can see he's already taking his first scheduled stop here on lap 34. He is down and away, so we might be seeing green flag pit stops starting here very shortly now that one of the front runner cars has come down. We're going to go back on board though with the 75 here, Robert Barris, and once again keep your eyes on the steering wheel of this 75 machine. 35 laps in. Let's see what this looks like from the driver's standpoint. See a lot of counter steer. Almost a lot of throttle control here and a lot of counter steering here. So the more the laps that these guys get on the tires, the slower their lap times are going to get. And I think we're really probably maybe 10 laps short of seeing the pit window open up here, as I think some of these guys, I don't know if they're going to try, if anybody would dare do a one-stop race here. I would most guarantee that would be a 2-stop for most, if not a 3-stop for some. So right now there's roughly about a 2.5 second fall off between old tires versus new. See if he's gonna dirt track it just as hard as he did as they come up the corner. You can hear the throttle control, you can see all that right input.
Jason was way loose behind him there. He was basically dirt tracking himself right behind Robert.
Well, if anybody that was gonna dirt track and know how to do it right, it'd be the 21, because see, me, Jason, and Mike all hold division championships in the Dirt Legends Cup. As now we might actually have a battle here for the lead, as the 21 of DeVries is looking to the inside of the 75 of Barris as they come off of turn 2.
He is way sideways underneath him too. A lot of counters.
As we see the 99 of Eric Mickey on fresh tires here. This is the difference, as we're gonna go 3, oh, thought we were gonna go 3 wide here. And here we go. As the 99 is gonna stick it straight through the center here. That's gonna upset the 75, and that's gonna give the advantage to the 21 of DeVries, but we saw that little bobble there off of turn 2, as they're going to remain door to door as they head off into turn 3 here. So power move by the 99. He's on fresh tires. Although that was the battle for the lead, fresh tires is always going to win, and patience always doesn't prevail.
I don't know about y'all, but I was a little nervous. That was our 3 contenders for the championship there. That was in that 3 wide. The 2 going for the first place and 1 trying to get his lap back.
So we got the 6 of Rodney Kramer down on pit road right now. The 75 of Robert Barris coming under fire by the 38 of James Mullins now. See Robert still stuck up there in the high groove. 38's gonna stay down on the low side. Should be able to clear the 75 as they head off into turn 1. We also have the 76 of Josh Jones on pit road. So several drivers coming down for their scheduled green flag stops. We are 41 laps in here, out of 130 scheduled.
38 way out of shape there. 77 release in the back of him.
So as we look right now, the 21 has right around showing right around about, it was up to a 1/10 of a second lead. Now it's right around 6/10. So we could definitely tell old tires are really starting to rear their heads. We see the 38 of Mullins finally able to clear the 75. Now let's see what the 77 can do.
Now we got the 77 underneath the 75, Robert Barris. Robert's starting to fall back here a little bit. I believe he's getting close on his pit window. I know he's wanting to get down to that bottom groove. I wonder if he's trying to just let these guys go so he can get his pit in and let them go on by the pits. We know he likes to play strategy.
As the 77 makes his way by, that will put him back to 4th spot. Everybody's still playing nice, and 75 down pit road. So Cody, you called it right on the head right there. He wanted to get down to the low side to get down on pit road. So let's see. Yep. Undoubtedly, it's going to be 4 tires of fuel for the 75 for Robert Barris. But now let's see what the 21, the 38, and the 77 decide to do.
Jason's really good at countering all of Robert's moves. Let's see if he comes down this lap so he don't gain any time on him. If not, he might run 1 more lap because he did have a little bit more pace than he did on those older tires.
Here's the 38 of James Mullins, our pole sitter. He's coming down on pit road.
Still, we got the 21 out front, and now the 77, Seth Schultz, he's moved up to 2nd position.
We see that long trip down pit road. Speed limit here is 50 miles an hour, but that is a long, long trip. Especially when you do have that first pit stall here. We see left side's up, right sides have already been changed. 38 down and away. Meanwhile, out front, the gap has opened up to a 1.1 second lead over the 77. How much longer are these guys willing to stay out? As we see the 16 of Elliott Butler, he is on fresher tires. He's going to work his way around the outside of the 21. Get his lap back the old school way, but right now with only 4 cars being scored on the lead lap, you got to wonder, when is the 21, the 77, the 99? Well, the 99's already been down, so that's going to put him on a different strategy, but the 30 of Glenworth as well.
But Jason is losing a lot of time right now. Every lap he loses about 2 tenths. That last lap, he lost about 3 tenths to his previous. And you have these guys with faster, fresher tires. We already saw a 2-second gap. And I think the Tyler just said, what, he lost another second and a half to the 91.
Roughly right about a second as we see Lieutenant Todd Cray is going to make his way around the 21. And now knowing that a lot of these drivers, that was 6th position there that just got his lap back, I'm waiting to see this 21 come down pit road because I know the 77 will stay out 1 lap more just to get the bonus point for leading the lap, but the way these things are shaking out now, look at the top 3. We've got the 99, who is one of the 3 who is in contention for the championship. As we see the 75 of Robert Barris on fresh tires. He's going to go around the 21 and get his lap back. That is 7th position, so Robert will now be scored back on the lead lap. The 99 right now, 18.8 back now. I'm showing 17.4, and he was the first one to come down pit road here, so we can see just how dramatic the tire fall off is here, as we are now 50 laps into the race. We've had no cautions, been clean and green since the start of the race. Hopefully these guys run it out all the way to the finish the same way.
Jason's coming down now.
The 21 down pit road.
And blew right by.
Well, just like I figured, where we would see the 77 of Schultz stay out 1 extra lap just to get that lap led.
Well, in fact, he ran a couple 45 plus stints in practice, so he knows he knew how the cars were handled. He knew what time he was. Now, he's got his schedule, so I'd like to see how his pit strategy favors.
We're also going to have the 77 of Seth Schultz making his way down pit road.
Very risky.
Well, this is probably one of the tougher tracks on old tires to get down on pit road as you make your way off the banking onto the flat. And the one thing I'm noticing is, since I painted that car, I know I used white on it all the way, and the nose of that car is just absolutely littered with tire chunks on it. So even though we might not have the hottest track here, these tires are definitely taking a beating here tonight.
That's going to put the 99, I believe, in the lead. Eric Mick should be, he scored in the lead as he comes around.
We see the 77 down and away.
'99 at the shot now.
So right now the 77 of Schultz still with the lead, but he has to get up to speed. So right now we are looking at our race leader, the 99 of Eric Mickey, behind him the 75 of Robert Barris, the 16 of Elliott Butler in third, Todd Cray in the 10, fourth. Our pole sitter, the 38 of James Mullins, currently occupying the 5th position. Adam Nowinski in the 28, 6th. The 30 of Kyle Clenworth 7th, the 76 of Joshua Jones 8th, David Camara in the 72 9th, and Brad Speidel in the 84 is going to round up the top 10 as we are now coming to lap 55 here as the 99 makes his way into turn 3.
Jason, he fell back to about 12th there. Now he's making his way around Brad for the 10th spot, moving him up to 10th from that pit stop, and he is moving up. Pit strategy is working pretty good right now. All these guys at the pit, they're around near 31 seconds. Jason ran a 39 last time.
As we see there, the 72 of Camara up high against the wall in turn 3. That's just going to allow 21 to easily blow by here on the tri-oval in the front here. Actually, I don't even know if I would call it a tri-oval because it's literally one gigantic turn. It's almost like a mile and a half Oxford Plains, if you will. We see now the 21 making it by the 30 of Clenworth. I believe Clenworth might have got a piece of the wall there. He does have some heavy right front damage there, and at the speed that debris passed him, I would not doubt that 30 made a little contact with his wall as they are 3 wide behind there.
Jason made up about 3 spots there. I'm going to say 3 spots because he passed Brad out of the trot for 10. But that was really 3 spots as he goes down another.
He'll make it 4 now as he's just made it past the 76 of Jones. So that'll move him back up to 7th position. Next victim for DeVries to take down will be the 28 of Nowinski for 6th. The good thing to note right now, the 75 of Robert Barris is about a half second faster than our current race leader, the 99 of Eric Mick, and that is all to do with how many laps are on these Goodyear Eagles.
Yeah, we saw the 99 come down here. I believe he might have been the first car to hit. It was, what was it, around 35 or so?
It was early, 33 I think.
And Robert didn't come down until I think around lap 40. And then you had DeVries 10 laps after, so you got like a 15 lap gap between him and the 99, and about 10 to 7 with first and second. So you're going to see a lot of different strategies, speeds here.
Right now we've got a battle for 3rd position as the 38 of Mullins is to the inside of the 16 of Butler. As they come off the turn, Mullins is going to pick up the 3rd spot. So once again, we have our first 2 positions being occupied by 2 of the 3 drivers in contention for the championship here tonight. And then the 21 of Jason DeVries has made his way around the 28 of Ab Nowinski. He's made his way back up to 6th. So right now, I think strategy calls are definitely set in stone here. The only thing that's going to change that is if we see a dreaded yellow flag come out. But with 60 laps in the books, we're about 10 laps shy of, not even 10, we're about, wow, that was pretty,
We're about
5 laps short of halfway as I was trying to call the 99 going around the 30 there. Looks like the 30 was pretty off pace there on the upper groove.
The 30 keeps falling back. I don't know what's going on with him. He does have some heavy right front damage, and he's on a little bit older tire. I think he's falling back to the back, just cycling back around to where he was. Another one to note.
As we just saw right there, the 21 has taken another position back. That'll put him back in 5th as he goes around the 10 of Todd Gray. Next victim will be the 16 of Elliott Butler. As now we look back at the battle between the 77 of Seth Schultz and the 28 of Adam Nowinski. That's for 7th and 8th position. We have reports from the tower that the 30 is cutting his motor, so let's go on board and see what happens.
I can attest he is dead right now going into the turn. I don't know what he's doing. He picks back up halfway through the turn. Oh, I don't know if that damage has got him hot, but now he's off again on the front stretch.
As we're watching this live from inside his cockpit, I don't know what he's doing, but he is definitely not maintaining race pace. So I do believe the tower should interdict with this one and order the 30 machine to come down pit road as he is dropped down on the apron. Rumor or word is that he is running out of fuel. I'm starting to wonder if he might have had a lot more damage than what that right front was leading on to, but it appears that he's just out of fuel. But still, that is a very dangerous thing to do when you have cars that are going easily 40-50 miles an hour faster than you and you're staying out on the track. So that is a safety hazard by the 30 machine.
I believe that might be the first for this week. I don't think I've seen that one yet.
I believe you were right on that one.
Meanwhile, Seth up to 6. He's the one on the newest tires.
We see Josue Tells there. I don't know if you caught that, but coming off of turn 2, he had to make a very evasive maneuver to stay off of the wall there.
And Mark Jason up to 4th. And he is he's coming for 3rd. He's running about 10th or nearly about 5/10 faster than 3rd.
Looking at the interval back between 1st and 2nd, it's right around 2.8 seconds. Throw another 3 seconds back to the 21 who we're riding on board with right now.
Eric Mick is down pit road again. He is coming down on lap 66, so he put it at 33 and now 66. He has definitely got a strategy. I bet he comes down at 99.
So that will hand the race lead back over to the 75 of Robert Barris. We continue to ride on board with the 21 here.
The difference in the onboard from just a few laps ago when they had 40 laps on their tires to now is incredible. They're still moving that wheel just a little bit, but it's nowhere like they were at dirt track.
As we watch the 21 go past the 99, we'll see that exchange happen again here as the 99 is exiting off of pit road. Once again, he does have fresh tires versus the 21 who does have laps on those Eagles. So look here within the next lap or so to see the 99 just easily drive by the 21 here, and then the 38 as well as the 75. We've got reports once again that the 30 of Glenworth is cutting his motor, so we're going to take a look here and check. Right now he's full song, and he's cutting it right there again.
I wouldn't be surprised if the tower intervenes.
This should be a, if he cannot maintain race pace here, that he should be ordered to bring it down on pit road.
He is dead last, 2 laps down. I don't understand why he's cutting the motor. I don't know if he has an overheating issue or what, but I wouldn't think so.
Once again, he does it again through the trioval.
He's still off. And he's cutting it again, going into the every time he goes into the turn.
All right, so we're going to continue to monitor the situation here on the 30 as my voice continues to go further south here. I don't know if it's the allergies or sinuses or whatnot, but my voice is absolutely going downhill as we're going to continue to monitor the 30 Red Bull car here. As on the straightaways, he's perfectly fine on the throttle, but for some reason he seems to keep cutting power as he just rolls off into the corner here. So we're going to wait to see.
Slow though, even on the straightaways in front.
And that right there should be enough for race control to order that car down pit road, because he's not able to maintain race pace.
Now that time around he was about 20 miles per hour slow. But still, this is I don't know if he's going to try to make it on fuel from here, or I don't know. I don't understand why.
No, if you're trying to make it on fuel, I definitely wouldn't be cutting the motor and just letting the car free roll.
He is running down the 24.
We'll have to keep our eyes on that, as right now, up in the third spot, we've got we've got the 21 of Jason DeVries back up there. As now he's made his way around the 38 of Mullins for second position. So now we've got 2 of the 3 contenders back up there in the top 3. The 75 Robert Barris out front, leading it with a 3.1 second deficit over the 21 of Jason DeVries, who is also in championship contention. So a win for any of these 3 drivers here tonight could sew it up.
And the 99 is back up to 9. He just made around the 72 machine for 9th place, moving essentially back to 10th as he got a piece of the wall. And he's marching his way back up. It should be getting close. I would say another 6 laps or so. Let's see Robert come down.
All right, so the 30 has been warned twice about cutting fuel. If he continues to do so, he will be subject to being parked on a pit road. We can see that gap continuing to shrink between the 21 and the 75. It was at a 3.1, it's down to a 2.2, now 2.1. So Jason continuing to march that 21 Miller genuine draft Ford Fusion back up to the front.
Yeah, Jason's focused. I walked him in practice. Jason, he runs a lot of laps. Anywhere he goes, anywhere he races, he puts in a ton of laps, more than anyone that I know. But this race was different. He had maybe 2, maybe 3 resets, but he ran more than laps than we are racing tonight in the same car without resetting the car. He kept it in one piece and pulled it down on pit road. He is very determined tonight for this.
Well, right now we're about a lap and a half away from 50 laps to go here, so still a lot of racing left.
Jason's not let go down this anymore. He's down to about a second and a half. He's 1.6 seconds back from Robert. And I would say Robert would come down the next lap. He did hit on lap 40 last time.
Well, I think this time if I was a 75, I'd be staying out as long as I could to match pace with the 21. If you want to have a shot at being up there at the front at the end of the race here, is we should see 50 laps to go this time by as the 75 crosses the line. They're about a half a lap away from doing so.
And the 75 is way loose. He is absolutely sawing that wheel back and forth. You can tell with it, the rear trying to pass the front as he's entering the turn and as he's exiting the turn.
So now we are finally at the part of the race where we stop counting the laps up and we start counting them down. It's 50 laps to go here at Chicagoland. we see the 10th place car of Elliott Butler working to the inside of the 21. Butler is scored 1 lap down. Right now, if the caution were to fall, he would be the iRacing lucky dog.
Bobble there at the 21 machine as he exiting the turn. .38, also on a similar plan as Robert and Jason. He's maintained pace with him. He's doing pretty well there in the 3rd spot. And Seth Schultz has made his way up to 4th. He's on the same strategy basically that Jason is.
I don't know if you caught it that time, but it looks like Robert almost lost it coming off of turn 2, because when we focused Jason coming off of 2, Robert was all the way down towards the white line on the backstretch there, so you had to regather that car up. As there you saw a little bit of Jason blinking right now. It does show him missing his hood and all that. That is not, there he is. You see it straightens out. That's just an iRacing glitch there.
Robert's done that a couple laps. He hadn't done it so bad that he went all the way to the apron, but he has been stepping the rear end of that car out. He's got that on the left side down on that apron, on that white line through the turns, trying to help it turn. It's a handful right now.
And the gap has dropped down to 0.2 of a second, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see it drop even less here. Or we might see Jason just try to put enough pressure on the 75 to make him make a mistake here.
I think Robert's going to let him do like he did a while ago and let Jason by. He'll find his way to the bottom groove and pit.
Well, we're going to stay focused here on the 75 and the 21 battle as Jason's going to go to the inside here.
I'd say that 75 is breaking loose right now.
I would have to agree with you right there, because normally Robert's not a person who's just going to move right out of the way, but what you can see just from watching it from that standpoint, the 75 machine is definitely fighting a very, very loose condition right now.
As we see Jason start to pull away from the 75. We got the 77. He has made his way around the 38 machine. Mark Seth up to 3rd spot. The 38 machine is actually down on pit road, along with the 76. 96 is in.
See the 24 of Josue Tellis, he's making his way around the 75 of Robert Barris. Josue right now being scored in 12th position, 1 lap down. Right now, if the caution was to come out right now, the iRacing lucky dog would be the 28 of Adam Nowinski.
And here comes Robert. He is down on pit road as we speak. Whoa, loose. Yeah, he's about to get rolled up there.
The final pit stop underway here for the 75 camp as they have decided to make it a 2-stop strategy race here. Let's see if he can hit his box, get the pit stop of a lifetime here. Take a look from his box. He's not exactly 100% straight in the box, but they are able to service that 75 machine.
While you was watching that, I clicked over to see where the 99 machine was, and he has moved his way up to 4th.
Make that 3rd now.
Make that 3rd. Now, with his strategy, he still has one more pit stop, and that will probably fall somewhere around the 100 mark, leaving him about 30 laps to make all this back up, because it's going to be tight for him, but I can see how his strategy is playing out now.
As we're looking right now, it's about a 13 to 14 second gap back between him and the current race leader. So Eric has a lot of ground to make up, and if he's going to do this on another pit stop, he's got to time it perfectly and has to have an absolute flawless entry and exit.
And Jason.
So leader pit road. Once again, now Jason is going to have the pit stop of his lifetime too if he wants to make this one happen. We watch him come down into the box here. Undoubtedly, we'll see the right side to go up on that machine, as well as the left's 2 tanks of Sunoco race fuel here, and he should be down and away.
38 comes flying by Seth, and along with the 75.
So right now, the 77 of Seth Schultz being scored as your race leader. We should, if theory is correct and it mirrors last time, we should see the 77 come down this time.
Here he comes.
History repeats itself.
There he goes.
Ooh, he gets a little bit loose there on exit, but he's able to keep it woed up.
That'll move the 99 back to the lead.
Looking at the gap here between the 75 and the 21. The other 2 championship contenders, right now it's about a 6-second gap. As right now, the 99 of Eric Mickey out front.
This has been a great championship race so far.
Right now we got the 75 of Robert Barris trying to work over the 38 of Mullins as he's going to take the inside going into 3. That will move Robert up to 4th and Mullins back to 5th. Now Robert's going to try and get up here to try and get around the 16 of Elliott Butler. That will be for 3rd position. Actually for 2nd.
We got a lot of fast cars, mixed a lot of slow cars. That was almost a battle.
Great job though by the 16, being able to keep that car control in effect. Take a look back at the 21 of Jason DeVries. Right now we see him making his way by the 6 of Rodney Kramer. The next person for position will be the 33 car. But right now Jason has a lot of work cut out for him, and he's got 35 laps to do it.
Jason has made his way up to 5th place. They've closed that gap by 2 seconds. He's down to a 4-second gap.
But look at the gap between 1st and 2nd. You got 14.7 seconds.
He's got still, the 99 still a lot, 2 more pit stops. He pitted on lap 66 last time.
We will have the race leader coming down pit road this time. And that will hand the race lead back over to the 75 of Robert Barris. As the 99 is down on pit road for his 3rd and final pit stop of the night.
Robert back first, 38, James Mullen second, Jason third, Elliott Butler in fourth, Adam Linsky in fifth.
Look at the 28 of Adam Linsky.
Adam with an interesting ride down the pit road. 99's down and away.
We see the 28 making his way down into the box. Undoubtedly, he's going to have to serve a penalty on that one for hitting the commitment cone, but luckily he was able to keep a hold of that race car. So it looks like we have another car a little bit sideways coming down there.
That is not what these guys are wanting either.
You see the 28 down and away. I do believe that is the 6 of Rodney Kramer. We look out front with 30 laps to go right now. Robert Barris with a 1.8 second lead over the 38 of James Mullins. Then back another 0.9 seconds to the 21 of Jason DeVries. So right now, coming to 29 laps to go, there's still a lot of action left here at Chicagoland, as we've seen the tendency of the 75 on the long run to get very, very loose, and we've seen the 21 and the 38 both capitalize on that. So that's a major factor to point out here, as it may seem like this race is almost in the books, but there's still a lot of things that can happen here as we see the gap continuing to shrink here.
Jason's only 2.5 seconds back from the leader right now.
And he's also 5/10 seconds faster too. So as we see him getting up here behind the 38 of Mullins, the 21's gonna try and get second position away from the 38 here.
Eric come back out on track, and he's 26 seconds back. He has a lot of ground to cover and not a lot of laps to do.
Well, unless he can make up over a second a lap, it'll be 27 at the stripe here. So I think the strategy call on the 99 team is not going to be a championship winning one this season, but as we move forward into next week and we restart with season 2, anything is possible. We've seen how strong that 99 team has been for the past 16 weeks moving into tonight's season finale. Expect to see the same thing come out of that camp next season and next week when we return to Daytona International Speedway.
I'm not going to count him out just yet, but that is a strong team, along with the 75 and the 21 team.
See the 38 very high up there through 3 and 4. That time by the 99 gained 1.3 seconds off of the 75, our race leader, so he's going to have to continue that pace in order to get back up here and still have enough tires, most importantly, to make it around not only the 21 of DeVries but the 75 of Barris, or as we're seeing right now as the gap is closing between first and second, it might be the 75 that he's passing first.
Yeah, this is going to make for a very interesting last few laps. I just hope it stays green. We've had a great race here so far. We have broke under a second now between the 75 and 21 machines. 0.6 back. As I look back from 99, he has closed the gap to 21 seconds.
Right now we're still focused on that 21 machine as he has brought it down to a 4/10 second gap. He's continuing to shrink that interval here, and it's only a matter of time before we see him start trying to make the race winning and championship winning move here.
Don't know about you, Art, but I'm just kind of holding my breath.
I'm just waiting to see who's going to have more tires and more patience, as it'll be 22 laps to go this time by. You see massive looseness out of the 75. That's going to let him door to door down the backstretch. This could be the race winning move here by the 21, as he is able to clear the 75 of Robert Barris. So give Jason DeVries the lead with 21 laps to go here at Chicagoland.
Now that's fitting. He got the lead with 21 laps to go in the 21 machine. He won't be in the 21 machine.
We're not going to tell you what number he's going to be in, but like I said in the pre-race, a lot of these drivers, including the 75 of Robert Barris, we will see in different numbers next week as we get moving into a new season. Also the 77 of Seth Schultz, another driver who will be in a different number.
Oh, Sway with a big slide job off the corner there. He was way down, almost in the grass.
All right, boys, it's time to place your bets. Who do you think we're going to see walk away with the race win?
I'm not going to choose anybody tonight. My obvious choice would be the 21 with him starting to pull away here from Robert, but I don't want to count the 99 machine out. That's 16 seconds back right now.
We continue to watch the deficit here. The laps are counting down, and I honestly don't think the 99 is going to have enough tires left to be there at the end. He might have enough to get back up in the top three, but I honestly think that the three-stop strategy was not the right call to make here. I think a two-stop, like we saw with the 21 and the 75, that was the race-winning strategy. So hopefully the 99 can salvage a podium finish, but I don't think we're going to see a challenge for the lead, because by the time he makes it up there, I don't think he's going to have near enough tires.
And he's not going to like that. That time by, he didn't gain that much. I don't know what happened. I know he had some traffic in front of him, but I feel like he slowed him down on that.
Right now with a 1.1 second deficit between first and second, and then another 2.7 back to third spot right now. The 21 of Jason DeVries out front, looking to capitalize on this last race of the season here. If he can bring it home in victory lane, that will crown him the champion of the season. It'll be 16 to go this time by. Let's ride a few laps here on rear chase to watch and see if we see any movement out of the 21 machine here as they exit off turn 1 and 2.
The 21 machine has had some movement in the past. Pretty good right here. And the same cannot be said for the 75 machine.
So we're going to ride from the rear chase view here. We're going to take a look at the 75 and see if we see any ill handling as he comes off of 1 and 2. You can see right there that 75 is dog tracking coming off of 1 and 2 there. It almost looked like for a second he had casters under those rear tires.
That's the way he's looked for the past about 5 laps. Ever since the lead change.
Looks like, though, on the opposite side of the spectrum, what he's losing in 1 and 2, he's kind of gaining back in 3 and 4. You see right there a little bit sideways in the tri-oval too. So now it seems like it's just going from bad to worse here with the 75, as every lap we're starting to see more and more white for the side of that car as he comes off the corner.
It looks like the charge from the 99 camp has finally come to, not a close, but it's slowed way down. He's only reeled in another 3 seconds there, up to 5th.
As we ride on board with the 75 of Robert Barris, let's watch just how much wheel he is actually putting into that machine. He's got the 16 of Elliott Butler to his inside. That's definitely going to hurt the 75 as we saw the gap grow a little bit. Robert's going to have to run that high line as the 16 makes his way through the inside. So now there is another car where they lose a little bit of a loose condition in front of the 75, as it is now 11 laps to go, 10 to go next time by. We see the 16 loose there off the corner. We see Robert not putting nowhere near as much throttle as the gap has opened up now to 2.7 seconds. So obviously, I think the cards have fallen the way they're going to. So we see the 16 extremely loose there off of 3 and 4. Great shot from on board the 75.
I think the race is going to be for 3rd place coming up here. We've got the 77 machine, Seth Schultz, in 4th. He's trying to run down the 38 and James Mullins.
Hey Cody, if Jason wins this championship, seeing how he is sponsored by Pennzoil, you think you can ask him for about a quart of oil so you can oil that door?
I don't know. I kind of like to get the door. But I got all my doors for that. All my doors, all my stuff. They all creepy and stuff.
And word from the tower, the 30 of Kyle Clenworth has been ejected from the race, and he will no longer be a part of the league here with Diehard. So, well, I think I have a little bit of leeway to say this. Bye, Felicia. You're not going to be missed.
Set. The 77 machine has caught the 38 machine, and we have us a battle for 3rd.
Right now, the gap up front, though, 3.4 seconds. So we're going to stay focused here on the battle between the 38 of Mullins and the 77 of Schultz here, as it appears that the 21 of DeVries is looking in perfect position to not only come home with the race win, but also the championship. So we're going to keep our eyes on the 38 and the 77 battle here, as it's now 7 laps to go.
Both of them keep on painted down there in that white line. 38 is a little loose. He's bobbled a few more times than Seth has. We'll see Seth looks low here. He doesn't have the nose in there yet. We know 38 will close that door. Nope. 77 does have his nose under.
Question is, does he have enough tires underneath them? Seth is notorious for saving his tires, but we all know late in a run how hard it is to pass down on the inside because you have to sacrifice so much speed. See a wicked bobble out of the 38 right there, so that really helped out the 77, as he will make the pass on the 38 of Mullins for 3rd spot.
I wish we had a camera that was set up in between them rear chase, because I think it was synchronized at how.
Oh, hard hit into the wall. Hopefully that does not bring out a caution, but even if it did, it would end the race here. So the green flag will stay out.
It rattled my teeth up in the booth.
You see the 77 side slide a little bit there, but yeah, you're right. I mean, I felt the hit from here. That was definitely a hard slam into the wall by the 38. So now it looks like there's not going to be any battling on the track, so we're going to go back up here as it's now 4 laps to go. We're going to go back up front and see how it looks from the leader's point of view.
Wait. I found the battle. We got a battle for 6. 76 machine and the 10 of Todd Cray.
You see the 10 of Todd Cray is going to try and look to the inside. Nothing's going to happen that time off of turn 2, but he does have the draft on the backstretch to see if he can dive down there. But once again, we don't know how these two have been running the entire race. But we see the 10 looking now on the inside as they come out of 3 and 4. Is Todd going to go down to the apron and use that to his advantage? Right now he's going to paint it.
I haven't seen many people use that apron. We saw it in practice after a few laps. People went around just about every time that they went down there.
76 very high off of turn 2, but also the 10 there, a little bit of a bobble out of him. So both of those cars definitely showing signs that those tires are screaming at each other. But who's going to be able to hang on longer as it's 2 laps to go? As the white flag is out, only 1 more lap to go as we see the 76 at Jones all the way up to the wall.
76 was all the way up the wall with 10, drove right up to it.
As right now we see just behind them there, here's the race leader, the 21 of Jason DeVries. All he has to do is make it through turn 3 and 4 here the last time as he comes through the trioval with the win, and this should sew up the championship. The 21 of Jason DeVries will be your race winner here at Chicagoland. Robert Barrison, the 75, will bring it home second, and the 77 of Seth Schultz third.
99 machine just couldn't quite get it done there. They come home 4th though from a 3 stop. That's fast. Shows just how strong that crew is.
Once again, we saw that the 2-stop strategy was definitely the way to go. 99 tried the 3 stops. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. And they're doing the points right now to see who in fact is going to come out on top here, because it's not 100% decided yet. So we will get the results to you as soon as they're in, as right now a little bit of celebratory bumps between the 16 and the 21. So as soon as we have the results, we will give them to you as to who the official champion is for season 1 here. You see the 77 of Seth Schultz too, pulling on the pit lane. Well, while we're waiting on that, we're going to go ahead and run through the results with the race win. The 21 of Jason DeVries putting on a great show, leading 38 of the 130 laps, coming home in second tonight. The 75 of Robert Barris with 65 laps led. The 77 of Seth Schultz is going to bring it home third with 4 laps led. Eric Mickey in the 99, he's going to bring it home fourth. He led 23 of the laps. The 38 of James Mullins, our pole sitter, he's going to bring it home fourth. And ironically, Mullins did not lead a single lap tonight despite starting on the pole. Coming home sixth will be the 76 of Josh Jones. Todd Cray in the 10 is going to bring it home seventh. Elliott Butler in the 16, 8th. Brad Spile in the 84, 9th. Rounding out the top 10 is going to be Nevin Iwatsuru. Hope I'm saying that right, don't want to butcher it. Coming home 11th will be the 28 of Adam Nowimski. Josue Tells in the 24, 12th. The 96 of Josh Gallagher, 13th. Rodney Kramer in the 6, 14th. the 30 in his last ride here with the league, 15th, and rounding out the field is going to be the 72 of David Kamara in 16th. So hopefully we've got the points tallied up here and we know who the champion is.
And hopefully your voice stays through these interviews.
Hopefully it does. I've been fighting it all night. I don't know what the heck is going on. All I know is I woke up this morning and I darn near didn't have a voice, and I've been fighting it all day.
Breaking out the calculators might be doing some rechecks there as close as it is.
As long as you don't do any Tennessee math. Tell you what, regardless of who won, I think I might celebrate with a little bit of whiskey. Whiskey always helps with the sore throat.
That's a big 10-4 there.
And the results are in by 2 points. The 21 of Jason DeVries is your Season 1 champion. So, Cody, I'm going to give you the honors of talking to not only the league owner, but tonight's third place finisher, the 77 of Seth Schultz.
Seth, can you hear us up here?
I sure can.
Well, you're not only the president of the league, but you got it home third tonight. Can you tell us about the race and the championship and what's going on with the league?
Well, not sure who got it because I know it was so close between Eric,
Jason.
Jason did?
By
So,
2 points.
Congrats to Jason. You know, and everybody that shows up week in and week out. I didn't expect it to be green the whole race, but, you know, kudos to everybody that was able to pull it off. You know, I mean, it was greasy after, you know, if you really overdrove the car. But, yeah, this next season, you know, starts next Sunday night at Daytona in the Cup Series. The Truck Series also kicks off next Sunday with a new one as well at Daytona. So we're doing 10-week seasons now. It seems to be our best turnouts. So we'll continue being on iRacing Live as well and keeping Diehard Live TV with us. That'll be a good thing. And also sounds like American Hero Hunt's going to be back on board, thanks to them for this season as well. You know, but the big thing was we don't get races like this if our drivers don't perform the way they do. You know, and we're more about the quality than we are having a 40 car field. We'd rather have good quality drivers, so it takes us longer to build the league up, to have more drivers. But I mean, what a great group of guys. That's all I can say.
Now, little birdie told me that there's going to be a lot of drivers changing numbers, and I know for a fact there's a lot of paint schemes that are going to be changing, and I think you kind of gave it away tonight, seeing how you forgot to change your numbers and your rims back to the ones for your current paint scheme. So why don't you tell everybody what you're going to be unveiling next week at Daytona when we start Season 2?
Wasn't my number 77?
Well, your number was, but it was in the wrong color. And you didn't change your rims either. So you might as well spill it now.
Orange numbers and nice orange rims.
Well, I guess you guys will all have to wait till Daytona to see it. And
I
got a
knew that
big
was
part
coming.
For it, and it's probably the best paint scheme I've ever seen, ever ran. So I really like it a lot, and I can't wait to run it.
He may have pulled the cover up for us here in the booth.
I will say that I am moving over to the 31, my old number originally, and I'm going back to it.
Well, Seth, you got anything else you want to add or thank or anything?
Thank you guys, of course. You know, like I said, JMR, American Hero Hunt. You know, those guys. Thank Mike for doing the admin in the races. Cody for when you're here and helping out Art every week in and week out. You know, the hats off to you guys and everybody that shows up week in and week out. I mean, if it weren't for the members that we have running these races, they wouldn't be good like they are. So I gotta thank everybody that shows up and puts on a good show. And even the guys that run part-time, I gotta thank them too.
I'll most definitely second that, Seth, as we get to the next interviews. And this is one of the best races for a championship that I can remember as part of the league, with 2 points separating the leader, or the winner.
Yeah, I mean, coming in, what was it, 7 or 8 points between first, second, and third. I mean, it's crazy. It's the best the closest and best championship run that we've ever had coming to the end of the season. I mean, I know the season was supposed to go longer, but everybody was wanting a shorter one, so that's what we did, and everybody agreed to it. So everybody that's watching understands that we ask our members what they'd like to see implemented before we go and make a change, and that seems to work out best.
Well, all right, Seth. Well, I think we're going to get Eric in here next. Mike? Eric, you brought it home fourth. You had a strong car. You led a lot of laps tonight. It looked like you went down with a 3 pit stop strategy instead of a 2. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, that first run did not go well for me. I think I just used up the tires too hard, too early, and I was falling back pretty bad. So I got to a point where I just decided that if we went caution-free, which I kind of felt like there was a good chance of doing, and as you saw that it did, I needed to do something a little bit different than those guys, than Robert and Jason, if I was going to be able to beat them. So I decided to go with that 3-stop strategy, and I think I know where I could have changed it up, gone on to a 2-stop, and might have had a better shot at it. But, you know, well, in the heat of the race, you just have to make a decision and commit, and I just decided stick with what I had planned and hope it works out. But Robert and Jason, I mean, they've been great all season long, and they kept an eye on the strategy, adjusted the way they needed to, and pulled it off better.
Well, I don't know if you've been made aware yet, but do you know where you fell in the championship?
I believe second.
You did. I got fourth in the race, but you did come home second with the championship by just a couple points too. I was watching you on that last stop. Your tires just run out on you. You had made up a almost 30-second deficit to finish 11 seconds behind the leader. That is outstanding, and I'm looking forward to next season to see what your camp brings, because we know you're a strong team. Is there anything else that you'd like to add, or anybody you'd like to thank? Here's your chance.
Yeah, looking forward to next season. Should be interesting. A whole different kind of format, brings a whole different mentality to how you're going to have to race. So that should be interesting. I want to thank American Hero Hunt, sponsoring the Cup Series every week. Of course, Seth and all the other admins, Robert and everybody who runs the league and gets us out here every week. Definitely got to thank Robert and Jason for the close championship battle all season long. Good hard racing on track. And that goes for pretty much the rest of the members here in the league too. And lastly, Silver Fox Racing Designs for the paint scheme that I ran tonight.
Well, there you go. That was Eric Mick in the 99 machine, bringing it home second in points in the championship and fourth in tonight's race. Next, we'll have Robert Barris in the 75, who brought it home second tonight. Robert, you got a copy?
I got you.
Awesome. You got second tonight. We was watching you, and I made the comment your car was wrecking loose. I couldn't tell if you were on asphalt or on dirt. Can you tell us about it?
It was loose. It was real loose. And the first run, it was controllable. I mean, it would just kind of, you enter the turn and it would rotate a decent amount, and so you'd already be kind of in a position to just ride with it on exit. And probably towards the end of that second run, the track started to tighten up on entry, and so now you have to start putting a little bit more wheel in, and now it's starting to get a little bit snappier, loose on exit. And by that last run, the track was just too tight on entry, and I couldn't get the thing to really turn at the center. And that was really, I think, what it came down to is just the track tightening up tonight, and I wasn't able to keep up with it.
Well, you did a great job, and a great job all season long. I believe you got third, if I'm not mistaken, in the championship. So congratulations to that as well. we ended this season short. We're starting up next season. You got a whole new shot at that. What are you? Anything new for next season for you?
No, I think we're just gonna carry forward. I think we got all the kind of bad luck knocked out of this season with a couple stretches there of getting caught up in other stuff that's really the difference is when you got, I think it was 3 points for the top three. Congrats to Jason and for getting the championship there. Eric for second. It's a heck of a showing for coming in the league. So hopefully he'll stick around and keep running with us. Hopefully we've given him a good impression, and we'll draw some other people in with that as well. But I mean, really, when it's that close, everybody's real fast. The difference really is just you can't have those off races or anything like that, and that's really what it came down to. So hopefully we got that all knocked out for this season, and we can roll into Daytona next week, starting off strong.
Well, I was Eric. He did mention y'all too, and he's very appreciative of y'all, and I think he's been learning from y'all, and well, y'all him. I was leaning towards though with the new season coming up. What new number are you going with? I heard that there's a number changing. Why'd you pick it?
There is going to be a new number. We've run the 75 really since I started iRacing, and I had to pick a number. And there at one point, the company my dad worked for was a sponsor of Lake Speed when his car number was 75. So I'm like, well, I'll just go with that. But we are going to switch over to a different number next year. It's got a family connection just between my parents, and I'm not gonna tell you. You have to tune in next week to find out what it's gonna be. But yeah, it'll be a different number.
Did you talk to Seth before you come in here? I know we have the room muted, but he wouldn't tell us anything about his either. So we've tried prying out of both of y'all, and like the two of y'all are so secretive. So congratulations tonight. We appreciate it. We're gonna get Jason in here and talk to him.
All right, I appreciate it. Thanks you guys to put this on and all everybody who came out to race. iRacing for again, I say this kind of every time, but the platform that they provided for us, American Hero Hunt for helping pay the bills that we need to get paid to do all this, and finally shout out to my wife for taking care of the cats and stuff around the house on the Sunday evenings when I got to do this. Today's our 11th wedding anniversary, so I'm gonna jump off here and spend some quality time.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
All right, and now, unfortunately, with my voice being as bad as it is tonight, that's why I've been having Cody work all the interviews. We're gonna bring our championship winner and also our race winner in, the 21 of Jason DeVries. Cody, go get him.
Jason has had a malfunction with his vocal cords, and his voice is shot. So you're left with me, unfortunately. Tell us about the race win, your pit strategy, and congratulations on your championship winnings.
Thanks, man. That was a fun season, fun race. You don't get to run like this every season where you get a bunch of guys come down to the last race and it's pretty much a toss up. But I knew it was a hard track to pass, and I thought it was pretty good on the long runs compared to the other guys. So I wanted to do a 50-40-40 split, knowing that we basically be heads up the last third of the race, but I want to have a little bit of fresher tires just to make it a little bit easier to pass everyone else. I didn't want to go heads up with anyone on the same tires because we just lose time, and I didn't really want to have to deal with that. So took a risk doing 50, and we didn't get a caution in between the first and second stop. So it all worked out in the end for me.
We did see that with the 50 laps was trying to figure you out there, and I'm glad you kind of explained it. I looked back into your practice. You put down a ton of laps and a ton of laps that your car didn't reset. You've said it many times, practice, 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 and it proved it here tonight and in the championship. Is there anything else that you'd like to add, maybe along with a new number that you may have for next season?
Going back to one of my old numbers. Eric's graciously picked a different number, so gonna go with the 99 next year. It's been a number that I've run a lot of races with, but I haven't done it in a long time. It's been about probably a decade and a half since I've run the number. So just looking forward to do a little bit of nostalgia. May pull out an old paint scheme or two, but more or less just want to have a lot of fun with this. The cars are a lot of fun to drive right now. I think when we get a little bit bigger fields, the tracks will widen up, but you're constantly having to manhandle cars throughout the race, and you can't ask for much more than that.
I think even though my voice may be shot and I have no idea why, changing the 99, I see a strumming car in the future coming up for next season.
I'm gonna hold you to it.
Well, I'll paint it if you run it.
We got a deal.
All right,
So there you
Cody.
have it. We have a new paint job.
Oh yeah, and if anybody does not know what strumming is, Jason has made us all watch videos of it. It is absolutely something that if you're curious, go YouTube what strumming is. It's some pretty gnarly stuff.
And for Mike's sake, he would say, "No, don't do it. Just don't do it."
Curiosity, man,
Right.
curiosity.
Better to watch someone do it than to learn it yourself.
Exactly.
Well, Jason, on that, who do you want to thank? Any last comments for this season?
Yeah, I just want to thank everyone that showed up every single week. Eric, Robert, Seth, and Elliot, and the others, anyone I forgot who've run up the front with us. James Mullins. It's been a blast. Everyone drives each other with a ton of respect, and it's quite fitting that the last race of the year we pretty much run the type of race that this league's familiar or that this league's known for, and we go caution free. So here's to having more races like that going forward, and I look forward to running with everyone next season.
Well, there you have it. Jason DeVries, race winner, championship king for that season.
All right. Now, with that being said, and I think I'll drink to what he said. Hell, I'll drink for anything right now because my throat is killing me. Anything that you guys want to say that you can say because my voice obviously is dead tonight, so we can wrap this one up, get the season in the books, and then move on next week to the new season where we restart at Daytona.
Yeah, Jason said it best there. I mean, this is a great group of guys. It's super clean. I mean, we just won 130 laps. I watched an NIS this week, and I think there was like 6 cautions in like 30 something laps. It just shows how the caliber of these drivers, the work that Seth puts in. I know he's been working on the site nonstop. It's a great league. We always say at the end of these, if you're looking for a league where everything's real clean, come here. These are great group of guys. They race hard, but they have a lot of respect for each other. And I mean, the championship was 3 points between first to third. You can't get much closer racing than that.
Cody, any
I'd like
final
to thank
words?
Mike for what he does. He does a lot behind the scenes. He has to admin the race along with find the stuff for us. When I'm here, that I've got a lot of stuff going on in personal life, but I'm doing other stuff now on the weekends. I like to thank Mike because he's probably got the best voice, but has to do all this other stuff and can't do so much commentating. And, I like to thank Art and Seth for what they do with the league, and I'm looking forward to next season.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for us here for this season with the Diehard Racing League. But like we said, we're not even going to take an off week, as next week we move into Season 2, where we're going to reset and restart at Daytona. We're going to see a lot of new numbers. We're going to see a lot of new paint schemes, and now I've been held to a strumming paint scheme for Jason, so I've got a week to put that one out. We will not be live this Tuesday with the Iron Thunder Racing League. We're in an off week, but we will return next Tuesday. But once again, you'll find us live here every Sunday on the iRacing portal with the Diehard Racing League, as we're proud to present that JMR Outdoors is going to come back on board with us as a series sponsor for a second consecutive season. So for everybody at JMR Outdoors, Diehard Racing League, Diehard Live TV, iRacing.com, the portal, you guys for tuning in every week, and especially for tolerating my crappy voice tonight. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. It was a extremely close points battle, but in the end, the 21 of Jason DeVries bringing it home with the championship by 2 points. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys next time.